Hello everybody, Happy New Year. Let me just get rid of Freddie. I love you Freddie, but I'm talking to my people. Happy New Year everybody. I hope you had a lovely Christmas and New Year and all that kind of stuff. I did. Well, I didn't really. I smashed my leg in. I very nearly broke my leg, and it was kind of bruised black and blue and hurt lots. But it's okay now, it's on the mend, and we're back in business. I did get quite a cool Christmas present. Look at that! Yes! From my brother. I thought that was a lot of fun, so I feel all professional now. Now what we're doing today, just a little sharp edge quickie, semi-quickie. We're just going to make a trammel, and what a trammel is, it's basically like a massive compass. You've kind of got adjustable fixed points in order to strike various radius, arch, circles and arches. So that's what we're going to do today, because I need one for all this stuff that I'm working on. So don't worry about that, we'll get to that later. But for the time being, let's get a trammel going. Right, to make one of these you're going to need a few things. So the first thing you're going to need is some kind of spine or straight edge of some sort. Now I'm going to use this. I've got a piece of 8mm steel bar, steel rod, whatever you want to call it. You could use a piece of timber as long as it's not sort of nice and straight and fairly rigid. You could use that. The principle works the same. You might have to sort of adjust it, deciding whichever way you're going to go. You need a couple of blocks, which again you're going to sort of fix to your reference straight spine. You need a pivot at some point, something like a nail for one end, and then you're going to use a pencil for the other end. And you need a cup of tea. You always need a cup of tea. Nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill some holes in these, which I've pre-marked out at equal distance, and my steel bar is going to go through there. So we'll do that first. Okay, so that's done. We've got our holes. So they'll basically go onto there like that. Now, so like I say, we'll have a pivot point, some kind of pin or a nail or whatever it is, somewhere in here, and your pencil will be attached to that. And what we need to do, we need to find a way to lock these down into position. So these obviously slide up and down, but we need to lock them. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a hole through the top for a 6mm, an M6 nut, which will tap the thread into the timber, and again just sort of wind in an M6 thumb screw. Right, so we're just going to pop an M6 thread into here. If you don't have a tap and die kit, you could use just an M6 insert nut, something like that. That would work fine. Well, again, because with this you don't need tons and tons of pressure. It's basically just to hold it in place while you draw your circle or your arc or whatever. Okay, that goes on there, that goes on there, M6 nuts. Find the thread, and so there we go. Like I say, you don't have to squeeze the life out of this. Well, then that's locked. So then you need to adjust it, slide it in, nip it down, locked. Same with that one. Okay. So this is the sort of semi-important bit. We now need to align the point of our pivot, which in this case is going to be a nail, and the point of your pencil. Now your 2 points, as best you can, need to be in alignment with each other or parallel to this straight spine. Now the reason for that is if they're not, you'll get like a pissed circle, it won't quite work out. So you've got your centre line of your holes where you've drilled for your bar. So if we come an equal distance away from there, in this case I've done 20mm, so then that'll be the centre for both holes. Now my nail is 3mm and my pencil is 8. Now it doesn't matter because the centres will still be the centre, so the centre of the nail and the centre of the pencil will still be the centre of the respective holes. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a 3mm hole in this one and an 8mm hole in this one. Right then, so we'll start with, there's my 3mm hole for my nail, so we'll, which way, that way, so that wants to go in there, so just pop that in. Sorry about that. There you go. And the same for the pencil. There's my 8mm hole for my pencil. And what I've done on the end there, I've done another M6 threaded hole. So you can pop a little M6 screw in there, which then locks the pencil in. So that on there, that on there. Pencil in to approximately the same depth. And lock that off. And there you go. Now I'll show you what in use. Right, so here I've got a board that I'm currently working on and I want a very particular arch striking onto it. So this line here is going to be my final length at 400mm. I'll come an inch down and I want to strike an arch, just flicking the top of the crescent there and come in, finishing an inch lower at either end. Now I don't know if you can see that, but I've got a centre line in the middle. So you take your Trammel and you just play around with your pencil marks, moving it up and down, finding the point where it touches the top and it touches the point where you want. So let me just get my head in the way for a second, touch the top, mark your pivot point. And there she is. A perfect arch. Okay, so there's a Trammel. I've got made a lovely arch. It's a cool piece of kit if you're doing anything with arches, circles, anything like that. Now I can basically take this and move on to all the other pieces, and I'll get exactly the same radius arch on every single piece. So it's a handy little gadget to have. So I hope you enjoyed that. Happy New Year, and I will see you soon, and we'll talk more about this in my next video. Peace out.